Welcome back to the Plant-Based Quick Cooking Show. I'm Karen and thanks for joining me again. This week we've got a 7-ingredient savory curried groat meal for you. I didn't want to say breakfast groat meal because this any time of the day, I'm telling you. And if you are late to the game, like I am, to groats, whoa, oh, okay, seriously, see this bag, this big bag? I've already eaten half of it. It's so delicious. You're gonna love the texture. And by the way, let's talk just for a second about nutrient value. Okay, of course you're gonna think, okay, she's gonna talk about fiber. I'm not, listen, I'm gonna give fiber a rest just for a week. Yeah, there's fiber in here. These little oat kernels, it's the real deal, all right? It has everything in it. Nothing has been stripped out, including the protein. There are 6 grams of protein in each serving of these groats. This is the brand that I just happened to buy off Amazon because I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. It's probably not that big of a deal. This is the GF Harvest. It's in this Ziploc bag because the sides have split on this original bag. But I'll tell you what, great brand. I'm not getting paid. Buy this one. This is what it looks like right off Amazon. This is great breakfast. But again, any time of the day, and lots of fiber and tons of protein. Okay, so don't ask me where you get your protein. Okay, we're all sick of that question. Okay, super easy recipe, super easy recipe. Get out your IP, and you're going to measure 3 cups of your groats. No, 2 cups. Sorry, 2 cups. 2 cups of your groats. And I have measured out 3 cups of water in here. You're gonna love this. I mean, talk about batch cooking at its finest. Super easy, super filling, and darn delicious too. We're gonna add a little bit of ground ginger. And a little bit of cinnamon. There are measurements in the recipe below, but you know me, I just like to dump and pray. And we have our curry. This is S&B Oriental Curry Powder. It's my favorite. A little bit of S&P if you want, salt and pepper. Just a little pinch. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Give it just a little stir. And we're going to put it at full pressure for 5 minutes. Make sure that your valve to the top of your Instant Pot is on sealing. We do not want it to vent. There we go. All right, manual 5, and it will beep in just a minute to say I'm on my way. Now it's going to go up to pressure. It's going to stay there for 5 minutes, and then we're going to let it warm, just sit warm for 75 minutes, so an hour and 15 minutes. And then after that, we're going to add greens and mushrooms. I know. All right, I'll see you in a little bit when we're going to take the lid off and add the other goodness. See you in just a little bit. Okay, we're at about an hour and 15 minutes on our groat meal, and I have a nice hot pan, pretty warm. Now it's getting hot. And I'm putting in our mushrooms that I've just given them a rough chop, and I have a little bit of water here on the side so they don't stick. Now I'm also going to add some greens in, and this time I've chosen some rainbow chard because it's beautiful and delicious. So I'm also going to add these beautiful stalks, and we'll get rid of those ends, and then cut these pretty small because we want them to cook quickly. It's almost like celery. Very same texture. Okay, now I'm going to put those in with our mushrooms so those can get nice and soft. And mushrooms will release their water, their liquid, very quickly, so that'll help with getting everything moving around in our pan. Look how pretty that is. I know that's one reason I really like cooking with rainbow chard. It just really makes any recipe pop. Now we're just going to also take the leaves, because we're going to use our greens, right? And I'm just going to stack them, just layer them, and roll them. And almost like a julienne cut, real thin strips. So we want them to cook pretty quickly. Almost there. Okay, and then you can just give it one down the middle, maybe two. Okay, now you have these nice little cuts, little shreds that will cut, or that will cook really quickly. Okay, these guys are cooking down. Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to add in our entire head of chard right now. And, or a bunch, I should say, not a head. And a bunch is, I don't know, what was that, like 6 leaves or so? It's not a whole lot. And again, plants have a lot of water, so these guys are really going to let out their liquid very quickly, become bright, bright green, and just super, super soft. Whenever I add greens, and of course we know spinach, you know, you have a whole bunch of spinach, you cook it, and it's like nothing. But it's the same with kale and with chard, and it's, you know, you can add in full heads or bunches, and once you cook everything down, it's like, where did it go? But you know it's in there. Got some big guys in here. I mean, even now, right? Like, it's just, remember I put in that pretty large couple handfuls. Almost, well, I shouldn't say it's almost gone. It's just really diminished in size. And I haven't needed any more water because the water came out of the plants. Okay, we don't need to cook these too much. Just enough, I mean, just enough to where you like the density of your mushrooms. Okay, so we've gone over just a little bit with our groats, and no big deal. It's totally fine. Okay, now let's look at them. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, looks so great. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. And you're going to get a fork and just lightly, almost like you'd be shredding something, and they all just come apart. There's a little bit of moisture in here, just, I mean, so listen, the consistency is magical. It's so delicious. And it's not too dry, it's not too wet, it's absolutely perfect, and it smells incredible. Oh my gosh, yeah. So now, we're gonna add our mushrooms and our greens to our curried groat meal and continue to stir. And I'll eat this all week long. In the refrigerator, it lasts about I would give it 5 days in the refrigerator. And then you of course can freeze oats, so groats, for about 3 months. So if you wanted to just make this base recipe, just the water and the oats, or the spiced oats, groats, you could do that and then add in whatever vegetables you wanted whenever you defrosted it. Okay, well, I'm gonna get eating. This looks, oh, it's so great. And you guys, it smells really, really, really incredible. All right, thank you so much. Actually, I'll show you. This looks like a little bit more. Got all of our greens on. Super colorful, as usual. Yeah, we'll see, this is my lunch. Now, that's what we're looking at. It's great, yeah. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining me again for another plant-based quick cooking show. We'll be back next week with another great recipe. Until then, take good care.